Good morning. Let's talk fitness goals. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because I thought I would go through my current fitness goals because I won't lie, for a long time I was just going to the gym, and by a long time I mean like maybe multiple years. I was just going to the gym and kind of doing like the same thing like over and over again. I felt like when I was in grad school I didn't have the capacity to be like, okay, I need to meet these like academic goals, but I also want to like keep improving my fitness. So I feel like I just stayed at like a maintenance for a really long time because that's what I knew, that was easy, like that was comforting to me, because the gym really was like my happy place through optometry school. So now that I'm obviously out of optometry school, I kind of want to like kick things back into high gear. Okay, so the one thing I did do throughout optometry school that I was like super proud of myself though is I did run a half marathon and trained for it completely by myself with like no, I didn't even really look anything up, we just went for it. That's beside the point. I don't know how I got off on this tangent. But anyways, I'm just making this video to tell you my goals, to hold myself accountable, and to also be a sign to you that you should set your own fitness goals and we should work on them together. So first, it's a sad day, okay? My first fitness goal is I want to be able to be back doing 10 unassisted pull-ups. I don't know for sure if I could even do one at this point. I kind of don't think I could, so that's humbling. So I want to go back to 10. I've been working hard on doing them with a band, like a band on the squat bar or the squat rack. I do feel like the unassisted are getting better, but the other day I was at the gym with my brother and I was like, let's just see if I can do it. And my brother was there, so I was like, I have to do this because I can't look weak. Yeah, I could do like 3/4 of one. That doesn't count as a rep, so 0. So that is the big goal of mine, 10 unassisted pull-ups. I've done it before. I know I can get back to it. It's having this weird thing with my forearm where it would like click every time I did it. So then my personal trainer, Jordan, told me to take a break, and then I took a 3-year break on those. So I don't think that's what he meant or intended, but that is how it went down. So whoops, my bad about that. So 10 unassisted pull-ups. My second one, 10 unassisted dips. I think at this point I can do 4. I'm proud of myself for that 4. Can I move my chest the next day after those 4? No, absolutely not. It about kills me. So we have some work to do. We gotta get back to 10. I feel like pull-ups and dips to me are just such a cool thing to be able to like bust out, you know? It's like just your body weight. It seems cool. It makes me feel cool. So it makes me feel not cool that I can't do 10 of either of them. So dips, at least we're making more progress than pull-ups, because pull-ups are kicking my ass right now. Anyways, so that would be number 2, is 10 unassisted dips. We're gonna get there. Okay, we're gonna get there. Okay, my third goal is to squat 155. So I'm currently squatting 135 for like 5 to 6 reps, 3 sets. Okay, but I have this like weird mental block with squats if I'm by myself. If Jordan's there, I feel like I can squat more, but given like just our current situation, I'm lifting in our hometown and he works out of our hometown, like in 45 minutes away, and he lifts down there during his lunch break, so we aren't lifting together, which is like the first time in our lives this year that we haven't lifted together. Honestly, I'm so sad about it. I love lifting with him. That's another story, but that's alright. Anyway, so I have this like weird mental block. I don't know what I think that he's gonna do if he's there, and I've never even had to bail out of a squat, so I don't know why I have this mental block, but I kind of do. So I feel like if I can squat 155, then I'll have overcame that mental block. So that's almost more of like a mental, like I'm pretty sure I could go for it. Maybe, maybe not. But I feel like it's more like in my head, like not in my legs. So squat 155, I feel like that will be more of a mental overcoming for me. So yeah, I did squat 135 yesterday though, and I did think I was gonna pass out. I got like cold sweaty. I don't know what was going on because 135 had been moving real good before then. So that would be goal number 3. I know that a lot of people will say like don't put numbers on your goals. I do feel like I agree with that. Like I would never say like, oh my gosh, I want 1 million YouTube subscribers, because actually I'm gonna say that. I would like 1 million YouTube subscribers. Oh, what's listening to me? Anyways, I feel like some people say that for some reason. To me personally, in the gym, I feel like putting a number on things, like a weight specific, I feel like is really helpful because I don't really know what else you would do. So I'm using numbers. Also, my phone's listening to me. What is happening? Hold on. Okay, so that was number 3, a very rambly number 3. So my fourth one is to do 12K steps a day. I feel like I am very stagnant during the day a lot of times because I do a lot of like computer work and stuff like that. So 12K steps I think is just a good goal. I used to say 10. I'm up in the stakes now. We're going for 12. So I usually have a loop of like 3.5 miles that I do every day, and then I usually walk for like 10 maybe 15 minutes at the gym to like warm up and get my blood pump in. So I feel like 12K is like pretty attainable for me. One time I was like, let's see if we can do 15, and I just felt like that wasn't super attainable for me given the amount of hours I'm awake. I don't know how you people are getting 15K steps. That's a lot. It's really not that much more than 12K, but 12K, I'm over it. So 12K steps today, another good goal. My hold on, 1 2 3 4 5 is I want to be able to run 10 miles again, okay? Because like I was saying in the beginning of the video, for some reason, I don't even know how I got off on that tangent, I did run a half marathon I think it was last April while I was in optometry school, and I didn't like it. I don't like to run at all. It's not fun for me. But I think it's so good to do stuff that is hard for you, and so I do think that's something that's really mentally challenging for me is to run because I want to stop the whole time, and I have to keep telling myself with every step like, no, we can go a little bit farther, until you trick yourself that you can. So anyways, since that, I never ran again. Well, maybe like a couple miles, but not anything crazy. So I want to be back up to be able to run 10 miles again because I feel like it just makes you seem cool when you're like, I'm gonna go run 10 miles, and people are like, that's a lot of miles, and you're like, yeah, I know, I don't want to do it either. So I want to be able to do that again because also I think my cardiovascular strength is just not up with my other one because I never do cardio, okay? I don't like cardio. I hate it. So that goes in with number 6 is I want to do cardio 2 times a week. I'm leaving that open to whatever kind of cardio I want. So like my mom and I went to spin yesterday. That obviously counts as cardio. If I want to do half hour on the stair stepper, if I want to go for a run, like whatever kind of cardio I'm feeling, because I feel like if I'm just like, I'm going to run 3 days this week, but I'm not like training for a race, I'm like, I don't really want to. So I'm going to leave it open to myself to like do whatever kind of cardio I want, or like I really do like going to spin classes with my mom. That's super fun for us to do together, and then that like kind of leaves that open for me. So I need to do better about that because like I said, your girl's not doing any cardio right now. I do not like doing cardio. I hate it. Boring. That is why I've realized too I like to do high weight, low rep, because if it's low weight, high rep, I get bored. So bored. If you also get bored in the gym, maybe this is your sign to try and lift heavier because then you don't have to lift as long. Instead of your set being like a minute and a half because you're doing like 100 reps, it'll be like 30 seconds because you're going to do like 7 reps. Way better. Way more fun. All right, cardio 2 times a week. That was my next one. My last one is something I also don't like doing. I need to start doing my abs, okay? I never, ever, ever do abs. And really, like, you shouldn't have to do abs, some people say, because you're, like, bracing your core enough in every lift that it's working your abs. Yada, yada, yada. I feel like my strength is, in my core, is below the strength in the rest of my body. So I feel like I want to start doing abs 2 to 3 times a week, independent of my, like, lifts. So I'm not good at it though. I ain't gonna lie. It'll get to the end of my lift and I'm like, I would just like to be done. And then I'll say, oh, I'll do abs at home. And then guess who doesn't do abs at home? Me. I don't. So I'm gonna just try and do them at the gym. But the issue is at the gym, the mats gross me out. So then I don't like to use the mats, but I don't want to bring my own mat that is my home mat to the gym and have it get the gym germs on it. I want to keep my home mat here, but I don't have any weights here. I only have a 40-pound weight, and I cannot do abs with a 40-pound weight. I would pass away. So I'm just gonna have to suck it up and do it at the gym, I guess. But I feel like a couple times a week I just need to do like 10 minutes of abs, put my big girl panties on, do a couple minutes abs, and I'm not gonna die. So that is my last goal. I don't even know how many that was. Let me count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So it's 7. So I feel like they're all attainable. I'm not gonna put like oh my gosh, in 3 months I want to do that because I don't know if that's attainable in 3 months. Do 10 pull-ups, maybe not. But so I'm just gonna kind of leave like my end date open-ended and then hopefully start checking them off. I feel like it's really good to have oh my gosh, I feel like it's really good to have a goal and set a goal and like keep moving forward feel like has been really easy in my academic journey to feel like I am really stagnant in my life because I'm just like still going to school. And so now that I like don't have that feeling and I'm out of school, it's been like kind of a really odd like transition period for me. So I think to have some new goals that are really like fitness and strength, body related, you know, rather than like brain related. I'm tired of using my brain, okay? So I think that I'm excited for this little chapter. So this is your sign that you should also set some new fitness goals and then let me know what they are. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I better get working because 10 pull-ups is a lot. See you in the next one.